When you start using AI tools, everything becomes powerful, but also messy. Multiple outputs, multiple IDs, multiple directions, and everything gets mixed. By the end of this series, we will build a solid and flexible system that uses Git, fully owned and fully flexible. It is not a Git tutorial hell, but how I simplify the commands for anyone working on any project to be able to have a strong professional-like system. In this video, we will track our work and develop understanding. Let's build your first versioned project. In the previous video, we saw the problem. Now we build the system. And I want to make this simple. You don't need to master Git. You only need a few actions to start tracking your work safely. Let's build this first versioned project. So we're going to use this command here, just going back to this history that we got from the previous video. This is Kenji's workspace. We will track everything from here. So let's make this Kenji's workspace folder. And let's create a dedicated reports folder in it, where we're going to be stacking all those different reports and modifying those. Git is now watching this folder. Nothing is saved yet, but the system is ready. In the previous video, we have done a Git init, which started everything already. We keep working on the same project, building up more. We've created a .git ignore file to ignore the secrets, which were stored in a .env file. We've seen how to revert as well. Git sees the file at the moment, but is not tracking it yet. So now we can add this sales report. This is the core loop. You add it, commit a message, you save a version. So now we're going to add our message, git commit -m, and after you write your message. Let's go back to the sales report. And we're going to add some more information to it. This file has been altered now. This is a new version, untracked for the moment. Let's see the command diff. Git diff. Git shows exactly what changed. You are no longer guessing. So here it shows what has been added to the report from previous version, which is already committed. And we can see those 3 lines, a space, dash, sold the 3 websites, and so on. We're going to add this new version of the sales report and commit it to add it to the history as a new version. So this is interesting because you can use it for any kind of work you're doing. So let me just check the logs again, which is the history of the Git commits. Now you have history, clean, readable, structured. Restore. We've seen revert. Let's see Git Restore this time. Another command, going back in time. I'm going to get rid of the sales report. If something breaks, you can restore instantly, no panic. So let's say here I've lost the sales report. My intern left the company and just deleted everything. Git Restore, and you see it's back in the folder. And we can see what is inside of it. Git Ignore .Git Keep also. We've seen Git Ignore, but let's talk about that. Git Ignore was here to not commit certain files. You can also ignore folders. Here was the .env. I'm just gonna add a typical Python project .git ignore. So we're ignoring files and folders, just to have an example of it. You can pause the video and see what was the content of it. And now I'm going to create a new folder, Kenji structure. Git tracks files, but not empty folders. That's why we use .git keep. And when we want to ignore files, we use .git ignore, or folders as well. But here, the .git keep will permit us to keep the structure of our folders. An empty folder is not tracked, so if you commit, you won't be able to see it. But if you add the .git keep, which is a convention, you'll be able to see it. So I'm just going to delete the .git keep, so you're going to understand what I mean. So here I've modified the .git ignore, but we don't see that I've created a new folder. Now that I'm going to create the .git keep, we can see now the folder is untracked. In this course, we keep it simple. We use git add dot, always reliable. And after here, I'm going to just commit everything. Now you can track your work, but what happens when you want to try something new without breaking your current version? In the next video, we solve that using branches. Part 3. Work without breaking your project. Git branches made simple. I'll see you in the next.